for this featherweight matchup. The Russian, now fighting out of Batiyam, Israel, Honor Kelesh. 3-0, just 21 years old. He will have the reach advantage on Moldova's Andrey Barberosha. Michael C. Williams with the official introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight inside the Bellator cage, we feature 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, the blue corner, at 5'7", weighing in 142.2 pounds, his professional record 5-6, fighting out of the Republic of Moldova, presenting Andrey Barberosha. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner, at 6 foot, weighing in 145.5 pounds. As a professional, he stands undefeated, 3 victories, no defeats, fighting out of Batiyam, introducing Honor, the Hunter, Kelesh. In charge of the action, your referee, Leon Roberts.
Leon Roberts, our referee, for this very interesting matchup at 145. Kelesh, 21 years old. Barberosha, 29 years old. Here we go. And John, as you pointed out to me, Andrey's coming down from lightweight for this fight, while Kelesh is coming up from bantamweight for this fight. So they are truly meeting in the middle.
They are meeting in the middle, but you know, the one thing that I always talk about, people talk about being the bigger, stronger fighter, and that may be what Barberosha is in this fight, but I'll tell you what, I'll take speed any day, and I know that Kelesh is going to be the faster fighter in this, and that is what usually is the deciding factor in a fight.
Red gloves for Honor Kelesh, and blue gloves for Andrey Barberosha. Kelesh had a win 2 years ago. The first time Bellator came to Tel Aviv. A closed distance here early.
Barberosha doing a good job of creating pressure and keeping Kelesh right where he wants him, up against the cage. That's smart. He's being very calm, taking his time. Big left hook jumping in.
Kelesh, a winner by first round rear naked choke back in November of 2016. He has finished all 3 of his professional victories. All of his finishes coming in the first round. One of them 36 seconds long. We are past that point. 90 seconds into the fight. So impressive young fighter, born in Russia and fighting out of Batiyam, Israel, in the red gloves.
You can see that right now, though, Barberosha is not concerned with anything Kelesh is doing. He's just trying to take his time, pick his spot, walk him down. He's cutting the angle on him, and you see Kelesh keeps on coming back and forth. So Kelesh needs to start thinking about, okay, when I take this step, I'm now going to start to bring an offensive tool into effect to start to create a problem for Barberosha.
Barberosha with that kick that somewhat landed a moment ago. Trying to cut more angles. Trying to utilize some movement. John, when you were watching tape on Andrey Barberosha, you said he has a tendency to fight very square, and he does not blade a great deal. What do you mean by blade a great deal?
When we're talking about blading, if you get a guy that blades, a boxer is going to blade. And when they blade, what they're doing is they're blading their body, so they're taking away basically one side for you to attack. They're saying everything's going to come from that side. I know where it's going to come from. And it works with boxing with the hands. But if you get a guy that is going to blade in MMA, we're going to use kicks and kick because he's going to be open to those kicks, especially with being that bladed, that one leg's going to be out, the side of his back's going to be out. I can attack him with kicks. When I get a guy that's square, it's telling me that he doesn't want to get taken down. He wants to stand here, and I don't want to get taken down, so I'm going to square myself up and accept punches which can hit me so I don't end up on the ground in a place where I don't want to be.
Which is why we call this sport mixed martial arts.
It is. And it's just the variance that you get. You watch a lot of guys in the way they do it. And what Kelesh needs to do is understand what he's seeing at times. There are openings for him. He's not taking advantage of those openings right now, and he's giving Barberosha too much credit for what he's doing and giving him all the distance and the control of the fight right now, when he just needs to start opening up with his attacks and put him in positions that he has to deal with things.
Professional since 2016, Honor Kelesh. As I mentioned, he is 3-0 with 3 first-round finishes. He's 50 seconds away from going to round 2 for the first time in his young career.
And you can see just off this, Barberosha is trying to counter. He's just not fast enough to land that shot, and that's what Kelesh needs to take advantage of. Oh, I see you're trying to counter, but you're not able to touch me on this. Let me give you more to deal with.
The Hunter hunted down that head kick a moment ago, caught the neck of his opponent a little bit. Barberosha with the kick back. 20 seconds on the clock.
And you're looking at a guy in Honor Kelesh. He's out there, man, and he's throwing, shots. Got 22 caliber on him. When Barberosha's throwing, he's throwing a 50 caliber at him.
Round 1 in the books.
Only two. Oh, okay. I didn't know which one was coming out. You go right over there.
גם הימין שלו, בסדר? אתה שלטת בקרב.
תביא לי כיסא. ותיזהר מהימין שלו, אלכס, תיזהר מהימין. Second toe, here we go, guys, second toe.
Round 2, featherweight matchup, Bellator debut, 12th professional fight for Moldova's Andrey Barberosha. He's in the blue gloves, red gloves for the hunter, Honor Kelesh. Round 1 on your scorecard.
Round 1 on my score, this is a fight, of volume versus power. Volume coming out of Kelesh with, we got Barberosha trying to land power, but he's not throwing a lot of shots. And the volume is beating his power right now. You got to give this to Kelesh.
Which is what you talked about with the one guy moving up, the speed advantage. Yep. One guy moving down is going to have the power, but is he going to throw as often as the lighter fighter, the younger fighter? So far, that answer is no.
You got to throw. You got, just following him here, measuring distance, throwing a kick. That's great, but you've got to open up combinations. Ones are not going to do it. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. That's what you want to be looking at, because that's what's going to catch the eye of the judge, and that's what's going to create a real problem for Honor Kelesh.
Gave up that leg very quickly.
And the reason when you're looking at someone doing that, he's grabbing the leg and he's letting it go. What he's doing is he's making Kelesh have to say, oh, he's going for the takedown. Just give him something else to think about. It can actually open things up for him, because he did not want to take him down at all.
Second round for the first time for the 21-year-old Honor Kelesh. A lot of decisions, handful of decisions, I would say, in the career of Barberosha. His last 3 fights have gone the distance. He's 1-2 in those matchups. Had a couple of fights early in his career go the distance, and then back and forth, as his record would tell you, 5 and 6, with some finishes in the first and second rounds.
And you can see when Kelesh hits, you know, Barberosha, he doesn't do anything. Barberosha just takes a shot and he just keeps marching forward. But when Barberosha touches Kelesh, you saw him on his bike. He did not like it, man. He starts moving around, so it's obvious. That was a nice left hand that landed right there. It's obvious that Barberosha has power. It's just a matter of start launching just a little bit more.
Big swing once again by Barberosha. Nothing on the ground in this fight, and we're past the midway point.
I don't think that Barberosha wants this fight on the ground at all. He believes that he can stand here and knock Kelesh out, and that's what he's attempting to do.
He'll crank his neck a little bit in the process. Nice uppercuts, a little bit of quick, dirty boxing there by the 29-year-old.
And if that's the way of, you know, that's what you're going to be successful, then close that distance and start doing that, because Kelesh is not giving anything back at that moment. He's just thinking about getting away.
Good head movement a moment ago by Andrey Barberosha. One of the elements of his game that he has tried to evolve in, just sliding away just that little bit so he can return quickly. Too tight for the spin for the 21-year-old there, right up against the cage. And Barberosha really controlling where this fight is taking place now. He's keeping Kelesh on the outside.
He's got Kelesh exactly where he wants him on the fence. It's just a matter of, again, this is what I'm talking about. Instead of just feigning, you've got to start to throw. Give the judges something to say, oh, that's what I'm looking for. That's that technique. That hurt him. He has the ability to hurt Kelesh, but he's got to throw his hands.
Honor Kelesh bites down on the mouthpiece.
See, and you see those shots, they both landed, but look at who is backing off, which is telling you that Honor Kelesh does not like the power that he's feeling in this fight.
Trying to fire himself up, talk himself into a fist fight here. Good body shot again. Unbeaten at 21 years old, the Hunter. In the red gloves, blue gloves for Barberosha. Final 10 seconds of round 2.
Take a look, Mike. Watch this left hand. Here's where Barberosha comes, right? Boom! That nice left hand, and you can see right away, look at what Kelesh is doing. He's trying to get away. He's not even thinking about coming back with a counter, doing anything in an offensive action. He's saying, oh, that hurt. I want to move away, let me reset and get this thing going again. If you were in Barberosha's corner, you're telling him, look, you're doing great. You're cutting him down. I want you to keep him against the fence, but I need you to throw more. And if you are in Kelesh's corner, you got to tell him, hey, son, you need to start opening up and making him pay for cutting you off. Don't sit there and just move, attack.
Third and final round. Barberosha comes out, showing that jab. Trying to be more aggressive here.
He is. He's doing exactly what I would have told him to do. Look, I need you, when you're cutting him off, I need you to make him pay. And that's what he's trying to do right now.
And you know Andrey Barberosha has confidence in his power. Definitely taking on the lighter fighter here tonight in Tel Aviv, feeling like he can knock him out with a big shot. Kelesh took the inside leg kick and now throws the flying knee. Had a good return after that inside leg kick a moment ago as well.
It was, and you look at everything that's happening there, and that's great that, you know, Barberosha decides I'm going to put my hands down to my side, but that's not you being offensive. Go after him. He's the guy that went after, and he did offensive motions that actually touched and did something to you. You've got to return that favor. He's almost looking like old style boxing there. Look at that. Get the hand. If you have that much confidence that he can't hurt you, then go after him and start landing some bombs.
Absolutely, then finish this thing. Don't hang around.
That's it.
Wait to catch an elbow that opens you right up. None of that movement does any damage.
And none of that movement counts at all with the way the judges look at the fight. If you're going to end up taking this to a decision, you could lose it with all of this nice antics. Great, it looks really cool. It looks like, you know what, oh, I'm in control. But if you're not landing, you're not scoring.
3 minutes. Barberosha trying to walk down his opponent again.
You hear the referee.
Rob fight engaged. About takedown attempt. They roll, they scramble.
Again, look at the hands clasped, but he's got that underhook that's going to stop it.
Honor Kelesh. As you pointed out throughout this fight, John, he definitely is feeling the power of his opponent. Even if you'd like to see Andrey throw it more often, he's definitely feeling it and he is noting it.
There's no doubt about it. And that's, you know, when you're talking about a guy coming up in weight, you've been fighting bantamweights, and those bantamweights hit with a certain velocity. And this guy's been fighting at lightweight. Now he's coming down, and all of a sudden you're getting touched by him, and you're going, oh my God, he hits hard. And that can absolutely play a part in how you continue on in the fight. You've got to figure out, hey, I need to be the guy that's touching him, make him try to counter and touch him again.
And you're a 21-year-old fighting a 29-year-old.
And, you know, that, Mike, is a huge element. And a lot of people don't put a lot on it. But look, when you're a young man, you don't have the same mind as an older guy. You don't have the same confidence. And fighting is about confidence. If you've got confidence, you're a dangerous guy in there. When you get hit by someone and right away that confidence goes to the left and out the cage door, you got a problem.
Unless you're AJ McKee or Aaron Pete.
Yeah, but that's because they don't lose that confidence.
There you go. Great point. And so far, no reason for the 21-year-old to lose his confidence. But he may very well be a minute away from losing this fight.
See, again, what you're watching, he's standing there, he lets Barberosha come into him, he throws the shot, and there's no return by Kelesh, and you look and you go, son, how do you think you're going to win this fight if you're not throwing punches either? At least right now, Barberosha's going after him, and he's throwing.
Barberosha has no fear right now.
No, he definitely needs to go back to 1899.
Yes. The gloves were about that big back then, too. Good counter with the right hand.
Just that motion you saw right there. When you saw that right hand that Barberosha threw and where it landed, it did not land in what we call a scoring area, but it hurt him. And he felt it. And so that's just telling you exactly where you are in the fight.
Honor Kelesh is going to go back and look at this tape, and he's not going to like it.
He's going to see a lot of areas that he needs to improve on his abilities to create distance, come with the counters, set up the strikes. Those are the elements that are going to get him that win in the future. Here we have Nice takedown right here, but pushes right off, back to his feet. You could tell that Barberosha didn't want anything to be on the ground. He wanted to stand up and throw heavy strikes, and that's what he did, and he landed a lot of them. That was what was the difference in this fight. The power of Barberosha's hands created a problem for Kelesh that he was unable to truly deal with.
Andrey trains with his brother Sergey at home in Moldova. Michael C. Williams has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go to your three judges at cage side. Your first judge, Brian Miner, scores the fight 29-28, while judges Sal D'Amato and John English both see the fight the same, 30-26. I'll have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Andrey Barberosha.
Unanimous decision victory for 29-year-old Andrey Barberosha.